please stand by for the under-18 men's late final.
Do you want to just jump on camera and shoot that? So, hi, folks. Back, we just watched medal ceremony, and that was Saskatchewan winning the bowl final. As we look at pictures of them taking photos under the post. They better get out of there soon, though, because this National Festival Championship train is coming on through as the next two participants for the plate final are Ontario 3 and BC 2, and they're huddled up. And we'll get Ross to zoom over to those folks getting ready for that game. Looking at Ontario 3's lineup, Vince Brody, Liam Burkwood, and Jacob D'Onofrio in the front row. Thomas Sale and Riley Thompson second row. Connor Plumpton and Fraser Hill the flankers. David Matthews the number 8. Ryan Hartridge and Reese Davis will be the halfback combination. Josh Doherty on one wing and Nick Carrier on the other. Irving Casabon Sosa and Mason Dingwall will be the center pairing. And Christian St. Louis the fullback. Corey Hogan, Safwan Malik, Roddy Freeman, Zenon Herbowski, Ryan Carroll, Jeremy Salgo, Connor Keys, Richard Terrion, and Dakota Thovet, as well as Alex Carr making up the bench. Braden Williams, Nick Wright, Brendan Kennedy, the front row trio for BC. Charlie McDonald and Mike Henderson in the second row. Regan O'Gorman and Nakai Penny on the flanks, and Nikki Allen is the number 8. And that's Matt Gallagher is the number 9, Wes Wong, the fly half. Robert Welch and Tim Stevens, the centers. Noah Jensen, Tyler Baselt on the wing, and Jack Nyron, the fullback. Jackson Locker, Nolan Howell, Andrew O'Connor, Christian Haldane, Gavin Rowell, Nick Collette, Aiden Kirkpatrick, and Philip Berna, as well as Dom Haynes and Joe Carter, making up the bench, as Ontario will be playing from right to left and receiving this kickoff in hoops, and BC 2 is wearing the white jerseys, playing left to right as we get underway here for the plate final of the under-18 men's category. Sorry for the late start, but extra time required for the bowl final between Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia. So Ontario now, first chance. Hartvich, spin pass straight back to Davies. Davies kicks it up, immediately snapped up by the fullback from BC, Jack Nyron. Now waiting a moment, the flanker Penny gets it. He's gotten to the 22-meter line. Lots of support there for him. This is a 1-hour game, 2 30-minute halves. And so now we've got the first penalty, and I think Lozada might have her flag out as the assistant referee. Nathan Abdenauer is the ref in the middle.
Starting for BC2, number 1, Braden Williams. Number 2, Nick Wright. Number 3, Brendan Kennedy. Number 4, Charlie McDonald. Number 5, Mike Henderson. Number 6, Regan O'Dorman. Number 7, Nakai Penny. Number 8. correction, number 16, Jackson Lockhart. Number 17, Nolan Howell. Number 26, Andrew O'Connor.
So just
19,
checking
Christian Fleming.
the results between
20,
Ontario
Evan
3.
Hall. 21,
I'll just
Nick
sort it
Collins.
by team
22,
there. Yeah,
Aiden Kirkpatrick. 23, Phil Burnham.
this is BC 2.
24, Dom Haynes. And 25, Joe Carter.
Just trying to see if Ontario 3 and BC 2 have not, doesn't look like they've met so far in this tournament. This will be their first meeting, so just confirming that. Take a look at that, Ross, and see if that's what you see as the front row. Brendan Kennedy will do the throwing in here for BC 2. Bit of a delay here as players coming on. Abdenauer makes the call, and not I had my head down there, so I apologize. I'm not sure who left the pitch there. Oh, okay, we got a player on this near sideline walking slowly with the trainer. So we'll have the throw in and tell you who that is. Came off in a moment. Nice high throw taken cleanly by British Columbia. Now they've got the rolling maul going 5 meters out. That's sprinted off to the left. So this is the first meeting of these two teams and will make for an interesting plate final as two very physically large sides. I look at these guys and think how they can be under 18. It just blows my mind away. Number 2, Liam Burkwood for Ontario 3 will throw this in. This Ontario 3 team made up of Eastern Ontario players from the Ottawa area, Kingston, and Gatineau. And they've done quite well as a group as Fraser Hill takes that in the line. Ball goes to ground, advantage being played by Abdenauer. Now under the post, throwing that ball around, dangerous game. Nearly thrown into the pads there, but some good counter here now out from inside their own end. Ontario 3 showing some nous there to get that ball out wide. Flag goes up, far touchline. So now you can just see the height that's available in that BC line out there. Quite a bit taller than Ontario 3 at some positions as Fraser Hill tries to get to that ball, and a big BC mitt gets up there and disrupts it. I'm going to have it again. Bit of movement. And same call, and Hill, boy, he does great job to get up there and bring that ball back down to earth. Coming out quickly now, Ontario really showing some attack now. Oh, and immediately up and getting tackled. That was a great job by the BC winger, Tyler Baselt. Hartvich, quick offload to a trailing forward. That's the hooker, Burkwood. Now the fly half. Davies into the waiting arms of the fullback, Nyron. Advantage being played from an earlier penalty. Abdenauer will bring it back. Suspect Ontario 3 will want to give this a big kick down into the BC 2 half. That's exactly what they'll do. Not a bad result. About 35 meters out from the line now. Just to the left of our position, and it's going to be Liam Burkwood Seen him play a couple of games, and he's one of those hookers that loves to run with the ball. He's pretty precise with the throwing. Short line out, and I don't think BC matched up with the numbers properly there. Hartfitch, the scrum half, waiting for this maul to stop going forward, then he'll try and get that ball back. And there it appears at the back, and the fly half, Davies getting it out wide. Now chip over the top and a chase. Big bounce for Ontario. Into Ontario hand! Not the hand that they were looking for, but try for Ontario nonetheless, as the second trailing Ontario player managed to get that ball to fall into his hands. Just trying to get an indication of who might have scored that one. So number 13 for Ontario 3, and that is Mason Dingwall. So Dad Kurt will be happy about that. Kurt back from my rugby days in Ottawa, and great to see his son doing so well. I haven't checked the try-scoring lead, but he was there at one point, right at the top of the U18 division there with 6 or 7 tries already, and so I think it'd be a threat to take that all the way as the conversion goes across and make it 7-0. And so good start for Ontario 3 over BC 2. It was a great chip and chase by Christian St. Louis, and it took just an agonizing bounce if you're a BC defender, and it looked like St. Louis would gather it in, but instead Dingwall was the man on the spot as the ball went over the shoulder of St. Louis and into Dingwall's hands, where he then touched it down. So Hartfitch now feeling a little more relaxed with that 7-point buffer.
Score is BC 0, Ontario 7.
BC taking that one around the edge, and now the flag has gone up. Ontario clapping their hands because they like it. They like their line-out set piece. It's working well. And as it should, Fraser Hill is just superb in the line-out. The flanker, they just fling him up in the air, first jumper every time. Not much they can do about it. And it's Fraser again, and oh, he's only got one hand to it, and it's the number 8, Nicky Allen, for BC stealing that in the line. So I put the curse on them by saying what a good job he was doing. Now British Columbia 2 on the front foot. The spin pass from Gallagher. Now getting past the gain line. Oh, got to be careful on those tackles. It could turn into a dump tackle in a heartbeat as Brendan Kennedy works it down the line a little bit. Oh, boot near his head there. I hope he's all right. The inside center, Robert Welch, into contact now. Gallagher choosing left as the option. And there again, high work rate for this scrum half to the breakdown instantly every time. Now he'll be wanting to work that back right, a little too close to that far touch line. That ball maybe getting counter-rucked by Ontario. Has Ontario stolen it? Yes, they have. Step up inside the line. Some great running here from the fly half. Davies running through traffic, and now the outside center Dingwall, their try scorer, going into the fly half spot as he's waiting for Davies to get chewed up and spit out. Now Davies back into his normal spot. Long cutout pass, and now there's a gap. Pulled down just as the pass was getting away. And it'll be the knock on. But Ontario 3 showing their intent to run from anywhere in this field. And BC will have to really make sure that they match up with that strong running back line of Ontario 3. So Eastern Ontario really putting some talent out there for this tournament. So it'll be Gallagher with the put in here for BC. But Ontario stolen that against the head. Immediately wrapped up as number 8, David Matthews. And now BC's come back with it. Big second row. Charlie McDonald doing the hard yards up the middle there. So that ball became unplayable as a result. It'll be scrum to British Columbia 2. 7-0, 12 minutes gone in the first half of this plate final. Now BC pushing hard, but Ontario's pilfered it again. And that's a nice job by the Safwan Malik of Ontario 3. Got to that ball, and now Hartfitch doing so well with the distribution of that ball. Gets that out to Dingwall. And now the chip and chase from the wing there, Carriere. Oh, overshooting the runway. Ontario getting to it. That is Dingwall again. He is having a blinder. Number 5 for Ontario, Riley Thompson down for a moment. He's holding his leg, receiving treatment out on the pitch. The flanker, Fraser Hill. Now here's going to be another try. That's the inside center, number 12 for Ontario, Irving Casabon Sosa. And so Ontario getting another try here in the early going. Well, not early now, 14 minutes gone, halfway through this first half, and 12-0 lead with the kick to come. So this Ontario backline really pressuring British Columbia. British Columbia not coming up with a lot of answers. So it looks like number 5, Riley Thompson for Ontario 3 is going to go off, walking with a pronounced limp there, right leg injury. We'll see who will come. Has someone come on for him already, or we're looking for a change on the reserve bench there? So they'll have to send one of their big men out as number 14, Nick Carriere, lines up this conversion kick. And that is straight up the middle. Nice job by him. His second. So the center pairing of Casabon Sosa and Dingwall responsible for Ontario scoring so far. And you can just see every time they get that ball, the BC defense kind of sucks their breath in because they're really struggling to match up speed-wise. Yet BC seems to have a few bigger boys in the forward, so I think that's where they need to take this battle against Ontario 3 and get it away from their speed men. Taken by the 8, Matthews. Cleanly fielded by the fullback for BC, Jack Nyron. Well, had a high ball in behind the 22, and the mark called. BC with a counterattack up that left wing. And into touch. BC trying to block any potential quick throw in there by Ontario 3. Still to come after this game at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern Time. Cup final action between the under-18 women's teams of Ontario and British Columbia. And that will be also followed at 12:15 by another cup final. The same two provinces, BC won and Ontario won, the under-18 men's final. We wrap up the day 1:30 p.m. Pacific in the cup round robin game of under-16 men, Alberta versus BC 2. Big rolling maul here for Ontario. And now full penalty called against BC, and Abdenauer taking time off here, and he wants to have a word with the BC captain. He's seeing something. Oh, he's going to his pocket. And who will see the gate? It's going to be the front rower, number 3, Brendan Kennedy. So he must have, he might not have been the only guy doing something wrong. He was just the latest guy doing something wrong. Repeated infringements around the edge there. And so Kennedy will sit down for 10 minutes. And so that'll take him to a couple of minutes before halftime before BC will be back to regular strength. For Ontario 3, they'll be licking their chops to really put the pressure on, though the mismatch isn't in the backs so much as in the forwards. But a nice take by the flanker, Fraser Hill, and he seems to be the go-to jump on that team. Hartfitch, Davies. Davies holds on to it. Now the offload from the tackle. That's Dingwall. Dingwall switching with the inside center, Casabon Sosa. Now taking it, the offload to the other flanker, Plumpton. And now that might be another try as that Hill. Fraser Hill right at the line, but those posts just shaking and rattling from all the contact. Ontario 3 still with the ball. Now driving to the left. BC will try and hold that up. No, try given. Third try. And let's see who that is with the headband and the gold boots, I think. Nope. Hang on. Looks like that's maybe 6. The flanker, Connor Plumpton, getting the try. And this game possibly getting away from BC at this point. Remember, BC, the man in the bin, and a big man at that, as Kennedy, certainly a defensive factor in there. So when they started that rucking right down at the goal line, Ontario knew they'd have the upper hand numbers-wise. So great job by Connor Plumpton. He was trailing in prior to that play, and now we'll watch as Carriere goes for his third conversion. And no problem with that one, so he's 3 for 3.
Conversion scored by number 14, Nick Carriere.
So up to the 20-minute mark of this opening half.
Score is British Columbia 0, Ontario 21.
I'll tell you what, I think we're being punished for all this talk about how great the weather was earlier in the week, because it is getting downright chilly here. I think the temperature's dropping, not picking up, as BC has kicked off to Ontario, and that was good first up running from David Matthews, the number 8 for Ontario. Hartfitch from the back of that ruck, that ball's gone loose. Dingwall cleans it up, passes out wide, but another loose pass. That one coming from Connor Keys. So Ontario needs to look after the ball a bit better in terms of passing, not rush things so much. Don't forget they are up a man. It's a try scorer, Plumpton, taking that into contact. Hartfitch, another great pass straight back, and that's going to be the clearance kick down the field by Davies. He's cleared his lines, and it'll be a line out for BC 2 inside Ontario half. But it just allows Ontario 3 to reset and absorb some pressure from BC here. The Ontario team coming up here now to bring me some snacks. That was awfully nice of them, peanut butter and Sammy's. I would like a breakfast bar, thank you. Oh, very good, appreciate it. So we'll have the line out here with BC throwing in. Nice big hand up there from Fraser Hill. And he is just such a menace in the line out. Looks like BC has possession. No, Ontario's kept the possession there. Setting up the maul. That'll be pick and drive to the right. Little two-man pod breaking through there. Now BC's come away with possession. Pass from the big man to number 8, Nicky Allen. Allen has found a seam. Will he get first points for BC? Yes, he will. And what a fend-off. He leaves the Ontario player on the ground with that fend-off. And so Allen with the try for British Columbia.
British Columbia try scored by number 8, Nicky Allen.
So Allen, real big guy, probably about 6'3" and 230, 240 pounds, and he does the fend off on the one of the back three players. I want to say it might have been, maybe Christian St. Louis, and just left him flat. Whoever it is back on his feet, but he really must have felt that forearm shiver to the chest area. Completely legal move, but a bit of a physics experiment when you get that kind of force on the fly. Kick is up and good, so still some fight left in BC here. They know this game isn't over. 7 minutes to go in this first half, and now they're only 14 points adrift. Can they organize the comeback here and just keep the form sheet going? Maybe we'll have another overtime game.
Good for BC. Score is BC 7, Ontario 21.
So interesting to see all the teams that will be participating in the finals bringing their bags to the pavilion, because they're going to be, if they win the trophy, they're going to take a quick picture, and then it's just racing to the bus and out to the airport to get home after a great 5 days of rugby here, the restart. And that is taken by Thomas Sale, the second row. So now BC with some confidence, even though they're still a man down, they were able to score shorthanded, and a score from the forwards no less. That ball's gone loose. Ontario trying to get to it. Stays BC side. They've done good work there. It's a try score, number 8, Penny. That was, I identified Sale was actually Charlie McDonald, the second row for BC. He's got the ball there right now, number 4. And the knock on. So Ontario now in an interesting position, because they'll have all kinds of territory to the right of this scrum. And as we've seen, the 12-13 combination of Casabon, Sosa, and Dingwall, very dangerous here. And they are steeping up like a couple of mountain climbers here on this back line. And they're going to have a change on the BC bench, and that is aforementioned Charlie McDonald coming off. This is the first, and why he's coming off is because this is the first scrum since the send-off of Brendan Kennedy. So the second rower going off and a front row player coming on. Tell you who that is in a moment, but Ontario having to match up the numbers, so there'll be no number 8 in this scrum. It'll be 2 7-man scrums here. So it's number 22 that came on for British Columbia, Aiden Kirkpatrick. And he'll be on just as long as the send-off of Kennedy takes place, and then Kennedy will come back on, and so will number 4, Charlie McDonald, as they get back to even numbers. Hartwich now to Davies, cut out pass. Nicely taken by Safwan Malik. Some elusive running here by the Ontario backs.
BC's number 4, Thomas Sales, subbed by Connor Keys, number 22. Number 4, subbed by Aiden Kirkpatrick, number 22.
Now spin pass, kick by Davies. The race is on. Look at the speed, but BC is going to get, oh, it takes an awkward bounce. Now Ontario with a chance to get to that ball. Some hard rucking from St. Louis, the fullback. He knows that's a real chance to get another try here for Ontario. And now that ball just pinched as the whistle's blown. The hooker for Ontario 3, Liam Burkwood coming away with that. Net result, though, it was unplayable. And so Nathan Abdenauer calling for the scrum. And BC took that into the contact situation. And so Ontario here with a chance as we see number 16 for British Columbia, Jackson Locker coming off. And another player coming on. That looks like we got number 4, Charlie McDonald, back on. And the that's right, the sin bin is over. So Brendan Kennedy back on. So even strength for both sides. But a real chance here for Hartwich, the scrum half, to spin this ball. And will there be a number 8 pickup here by Matthews? No, it'll be standard business for Hartwich to Davies. Flings it to Dingwall, trying to get his second, but he's wrapped up. Taken by the flanker, Hill. Possession so well done by this Ontario team. They just don't give up the ball that easily. Now, that maul being stood up at the line. And now it splinters off to the left, just a meter short. Ontario looking for 4th try of this game. So now BC happy with the outcome there as Ontario took that into the maul, unplayable, and it will be put in for British Columbia. No easy task here, though, because they're going to have to kick from deep inside their own end goal, and the flanker Fraser Hill is going to do his best to come around, as well as Connor Plumpton, try and get a hand to that ball. Straight back, he's going to get that kick away, right-footed kick. And so Ontario will have a chance here, but that's halftime. So Ontario pleased with the outcome, leading 21-7. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more action in just a couple of minutes. You're watching the the plate final between Ontario 3, BC 2. Ontario leading 21-7. Back with more from Vancouver in a moment.
So Rugby Canada has a very comprehensive high performance plan. It involves us looking after athletes so that they can be the best that they can be. We look after them in the way of technical and tactical support through world-class coaching, as well as strength and conditioning, sports psychology, nutrition, medical support and off-field support to help them in their careers after rugby.
Yeah, the City of Langford has partnered with Rugby Canada to provide facilities here for Canada's rugby team at the City Centre Park in Langford. We're excited about having them here in Langford.
Having the team centralized at the Centre of Excellence is of numerous benefit for the program. We're able to tap into the Canadian Sports Centre Pacific here in Langford, and having the ability to watch the players train day in, day out, watching them work on their weaknesses as well as improve their strength, gives us the ability to plan long term, and also from tournament to tournament really targeting on key areas where not just the athletes need to improve, but the team needs to improve.
I chose to centralize at the Centre of
From
Excellence.
the Gerald McGavin Rugby Pavilion in Vancouver, BC. Finals day here at the National Championship Festival as we get ready for an exciting second half here. Ontario leading BC 21-7, but trust me, BC has something to say about that as they have lots of dangerous weapons on this team. Ontario getting tries from Connor Plumpton, Mason Dingwall, and Irving Casimo Sosa. The try from BC2 from Nakai Penny, the second row. We'll have a scrum here to open this second half. It's BC with the put-in. So now penalty against Ontario, 3, they'll retreat. Good touch finding kick down the right side there for British Columbia. And everything they do, they're clapping their hands, they're happy. They feel like they can win this thing. They need to tie it up first. Going with a short line out, extra attackers in the back line. Ontario now realizing this and dropping their flankers back. Plumpton and Hill will be in the line, as are Regan O'Gorman and Nakai Penny in the BC back line. And those speed men of the forwards out there. Ball coming out now. Gallagher, he holds on to it himself. Twists out of a couple of tackles. So now 22-meter line. Gallagher again. He's upended. Ball stays BC side. Gallagher with his third carry in his many phases. Now service down the line to Wes Wong. That ball's staying BC side. Looked like it was lost to Ontario for a moment. Taking it in, there's Charlie McDonald for BC. Now they're swinging wide right. A little bit of confrontation at the line there. Ontario player down. And we'll have knock on as Ontario player is going to maybe be replaced. We're going to see what's going on there. Abdenauer coming over to check on the patient, see what's going on. BC will huddle up, have a discussion, and tell you, it's like they were just at a Tony Robbins meeting or something. They're all clapping and high-fiving each other, trying to keep things positive. So we'll have the prop, Jacob D'Onofrio of Ontario 3, finally getting up, and he's feeling like he's ready for action, and we'll have a scrum here So BC will have the put in. So really, this is a key moment. Key moment for BC. If they can score here, the comeback will truly be on. I apologize, that was Ontario put in. So pressure time, right-footed kick of Davies will find touch. So that was well executed. BC with the line out. Throw by Nick Wright. Nice transfer from the line. Good link up, pardon me, by Aiden Kirkpatrick. The fling out pass to Rowell. Drifting across. It's Noah Jensen. Ball staying BC side. Gallagher fighting to get that ball and not having any luck. And they're saying the knock on right at the ruck and disappointment for BC. And Ontario will have it all day long. They'll go in 5 meters and have the scrum. Actually, they're not even, well, they are at the 5 meter line there. So enough room to get the business done. So this is where BC could really have the ascendancy because I feel like they've got the size advantage in a couple of positions. They've come in early though, and so the indirect will free kick will give Ontario a chance to get out of jail on their own 22. Hartfitch getting ready to pass that one out. Straight back, Davies. He'll pound that down the middle of the park to the waiting arms of number 20, Gavin Rowell. Immediately tackled out on that far wing. The red and blue jerseys of Ontario there in numbers. Now BC will have to retreat. Another penalty. Not releasing the ball in the tackle situation. Gotta let go of the pill right away. Davies realized he might not have hit touch properly. That's gonna go in goal. Touchdown immediately by the winger over there, Baselt. And so opportunity lost for Ontario there. As soon as Davies hit that, he knew he wasn't quite as precise as he needed to be, and he tried to chase it up. But rare mistake from the fly half, whose kicking has really been a big part of frustration for BC. They just haven't had field position to work with. The restart from the fly half, Wes Wong. Cleanly taken. Davies stepping up into trio of BC tacklers. Is that ball gone static? Now driving back, BC trying to counter get that ball out, and they've done it. Gallagher kick over the top. Only one man back from Ontario, Christian St. Louis. He fields it, looking for some options. Now he kicks it cross field. That's a dandy kick, but the counterattack now from BC. Oh, right into the arms of St. Louis. One-handed pass backwards. Stutter step from the flanker, Fraser Hill. Memories of David Campese. Things getting a little gritty around the edges. Number 8, David Matthews taking on a contact for Ontario. Oh, and you can just hear the contact out there. Hartfitch to a trailing forward, knocks it on. Oh no, that was Irving Casamo Sosa. Couldn't find the handle, maybe hitting the line a little too hard. Number 8, Nicky Allen for BC now. As his opposite number 8, David Matthews. Looks like he was mugged, car keys and wallet taken. He's laying down there now, and he'll require some service. He's suffering there, and they'll take a quick break to knock on. Now, is that Gallagher leaving the game for Vancouver, for British Columbia? Yes, it is, I think. Or he's just getting a little quick mending himself. Physiotherapist for Ontario checking out the big number 8 Matthews. That was a lot of stuff going on in that ruck situation, and maybe his head got in the wrong place, and he's suffering the effects of that. So about 8 minutes gone in the second half, and BC really need to score the next points this game to keep a hold of it, as we see the front row replacement of Braden Williams coming onto the field. Big round of applause for Williams' hard work in that first half. Ross, you picking up a number? That's number 19 there. Christian Haldane for BC2 coming on the field. The scrum half, Hartfitch, still getting taped up over on the far sideline. They'll need him in order to continue. And now he's coming over having his wrist taped up, wrist and thumb taped up, it looks like. We'll see if maybe he's had an injury there that'll affect his passing ability. He picks up the ball, and now we're having number 8 for Ontario leaving the field. Matthews going off, and we'll just see who's trotting into the back row here for Ontario now. And that is number 19 for Ontario, Zenon Herbowski. And with all the changes complete, we'll resume here with Ontario 3 leading BC 2, 21-7. Bit of a messy ball, and Gallagher tied up immediately and a knock on. So it'll be Ontario's put in as the rain starts to fall here again. Not talking torrential, just a little misting really. Big drive by BC trying to steal that against the head, but Ontario keeping possession there. And now a penalty. I don't know what happened there. Crossing as the man without the ball got in front of the ball carrier there for Ontario 3, and so British Columbia will kick this down the park. That's a great touch finder. Real chance here for BC. They must be precise on the throw-in. They can get a try here. We'll have a dandy closing a few minutes here. Now Ontario's stolen that ball. Clearance kick, not great, but it'll do for the moment. BC will have the throw in 25 meters out from the Ontario line. Gallagher picking up that ball in front of our position. Brendan Kennedy. Spin pass. Kick over the top by Nick Collette. Gathered in by Ontario. And another touch-finding kick, and Ontario will be happy to do that all day long with this 2-try lead. Eat up the clock and eat up the possession. BC will have the throw-in. Oh, and we've just had a flash of lightning off to our left, and this could change proceedings in a moment once the thunder rolls in. And that is Mike Henderson taking that in the BC line. Gallagher with a great pass to Aiden Kirkpatrick. And the drive being organized by BC now, starting to pay some results. The scrum half Gallagher, as we hear the thunder off in the distance. Safety protocols really tight about lightning situations. Ontario stealing that ball now. On finals day, these schedules are so tight with flights going out and everything else. This could really throw a monkey wrench in the works if there's any type of delay on the field. Big spinning tackle from British Columbia, the knock on. Abdenauer calling for the scrum as officials starting to look at the sky and wondering what we're going to be dealing with next. Just about 14 minutes left in this second half. Ontario with good possession, kicking up the middle's Dingwall. Now the counter offer from Noah Jensen. High ball just outside the 22. Ontario handles it well. That's number 22, Connor Keys. But BC, big pounding tackle, and they're trying to get that ball their side. The white shirts there in sufficient numbers. They've come away with it. That's Welch. Back the other way. Service from Rowell. Aiden Kirkpatrick now. Pass as Ontario has stolen that ball. Now a penalty against Ontario. If this is going to happen for BC, it's now that they've got to get it done, as Ontario messing with the ball. And now a big bit of a flop from the Ontario scrum half there, Hartvich, as he was trying to take the ball away. The BC player shoved him and he went flying, as we have Welch into the line now. BC desperate. They must get a score now to set up the comeback bid. 2 tries adrift and a spilled ball by Noah Jensen. Could that be the end of the comeback? As another shove from a BC player, not helping their cause. You don't want to do something right in front of the referee. That was 21, Nick Collette, showing his frustration. So it'll be a scrum now to Ontario. And they're just doing clock management now, slowing things down. They've changed a player now. Still a ebullient BC side, feeling like they can get this done. And we've got a chat going on between the captains, number 8, Nikki Allen, and I'm not sure who's out there representing Ontario now. Don't have him marked down as the captain. So it's actually the Mason Dingwall, the try scorer, who acting as captain. Ontario trying to get out of a jackpot here now. Great kick by the fly half Davies. And boy, that has gone a distance and now thrown in quickly from Ontario after BC kicked it into touch. Not expecting the quick toss. And here's Ontario on the front foot now as the BC forwards come back to help. And Ontario making big strides, going some 40 meters anyway from that quick line out. The rain's starting to pick up in intensity now. First time this week players have had to deal with a wet ball. Dingwall to his inside center partner, Casabon Sosa. And now the fling outside, but foot into touch by the winger, Nick Carriere. The pass from St. Louis, not right on the button, and so Carriere had to adjust and couldn't stop in time. So now we're going to have a line out here. British Columbia will have to get a smooth transfer here. And we watch number 22 from Ontario, Connor Keys, leave the field. BC. Pass straight back from Gavin Rowell. That ball won't find, that ball just found touch as the wing on this side from Ontario, Josh Doherty, fancied his chances to maybe knock that back into play. Andrew Smith trying to whip the crowd into a frenzy here for the home team as Ontario with the throw in from Liam Burkwood. And his favorite target all game long, Fraser Hill, coming down with it. Look at the big BC forwards trying to get their hand in, and warning from Abdenauer to knock it off. Still driving well. BC's got to get around it, stop this drive. About 7-8 meters on the rolling maul. Now BC getting stuck in. Trying to put the brakes, still going. Now it's gone 15 meters. And boy, oh boy, who's going to stop this big red and blue iceberg? Now it's come to a halt, and the drop ball into the line by number 20. Not sure about the number there, and that was Dingwall going into contact. Now time being whistled off. Abdenauer, is he going to be sending someone packing here late in this game? That's the number 8 for British Columbia, listening to instructions from Nicky Allen. So it's going to be a penalty against BC right at the line, and what will Ontario opt for? They're going to kick to the corner, and they would like to score another try here before this game finishes up. So at the end of this game, we're going to kill the stream immediately, and we'll put the new embed code into your video player, and you'll have to hit refresh and see the medal ceremony, as the compressed schedule is, from a technical perspective, just makes things a little tight for watching online, but we'll get you the new stream going in just a moment. Taken by Ontario at the line, that's Vince Brody. BC holding back. They don't want to be called for offside now. The over-the-shoulder offload to Alex Carr. Still a couple meters out. Ontario happy to go all day long. No time urgency here as Fraser Hill gets to the line, but not across. Driving to the left. Not sure that Nathan Abdenauer is going to consult with his assistant referee. See if that ball was touched down cleanly. It was. So Ontario increasing its lead, 26-7. with the kick to come. Thinking it might have been the hooker, Liam Burkwood, that got that one, but not 100% sure. Burkwood seems to be getting a lot of congratulations. Yeah, so number 2, Liam Burkwood with the try. Go on, Andrew, I dare you. This is a kick from Dingwall. Has already scored a try, and that one just goes to the right, but that may be the final nail in BC 2's coffin in terms of this plate final game.
Scored by number 2, Liam Burkwood. Brings the score to 26-7 for Ontario.
Time running out on this BC campaign. There's about maybe 7 minutes left in this game. We're behind schedule because the first game of the day, the bowl final, went long between Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia. So, you may see posted schedules and that, and they're just trying to, reduce the amount of time for medal ceremonies, etc. You'll see pretty sharpish presentations there. And as I said, at the end of this game, we'll cut the feed almost immediately, start a new feed, and you can watch the presentations of the medals, etc. at that point. So now, pretty much what's in it for British Columbia is to just reduce that score line a bit and get some BC pride going here late in the game as the conditions more BC-like in terms of what they're used to playing in normal season. Rain and some cool temperatures. That's taken by Allen, the captain. Driving over the top. Now, that's a great pass back left to Christian Haldane. Replacement scrum half, Rowell. And that ball's gone loose. And that ball's gone static. Abdenauer is going to bring that back for a scrum for British Columbia. So now, the pass from Rowell. Kick in behind the 22, no mark called. Ontario will have to deal with the pressure. Wind changing direction now. The rain coming down in earnest. Knock on, another scrum. So players finding it difficult to deal with the ball. Rain's going to make things just that much more difficult on finals day here. Number of changes coming as the fullback for Ontario leaves the field. Christian St. Louis, he's had a solid afternoon. And also Hill, the flanker, Fraser Hill. I would almost call him the man of the match in terms of the ball he has secured in the set piece. Just possession after possession in the lineout. And now they'll set this down again, and I think we'll be coming into our last minute of play, minute or two. Breaking to the right is Allen. 5 meters out. Now the pass to the right side. Oh, and just a foot into touch in that far corner, and Abdenauer hasn't seen it because, well, now he gets the indication, and so it's going to be a line out there. Abdenauer is on the other side of that maul that had set up, and so it wasn't immediately apparent there had been a ball into touch, and now they will take the scrum. And I'm thinking that if Ontario wins possession here and kicks it into touch, that just might be the end of the game here. Sorry, I said Hill went off, and now BC's taking it, but Fraser Hill still on the field there. BC coming away with that ball, stealing that in the line. Rolling maul here. Can they get the final score that they're looking for to complete their 2013 National Championship Festival run here? The knock on, forward pass actually indicated now. Driving through the line, couple of meters short. And now a full penalty. Will BC take the quick tap? Yes, they will. They know time's against them. Oh! And knock on. You can hear the crowd just groan with anticipation dashed here. Now Abdenauer getting some input from his assistant referee here. There's something going on off the ball. Oh, lightning right over top, and that's going to be a loud one. And that may bring proceedings to a speedy end here, as that's getting a little too close. That was like a 2 Mississippi before the thunder came, so using my old Boy Scout knowledge, I'd say that's a couple of kilometers off. They'll continue play here, but I think only to conclude this match. Spin pass to the inside center, Welch. BC desperate to get across this line. Oh, and the ball goes to ground, and it's just been that type of time. There might be a try here from number 22 for British Columbia, Kirkpatrick. No, he's held up. And that is full time as they check the time. And Ontario 3 beating British Columbia 2 as you see the players running out onto the field in celebration. And they are thrilled to have taken the plate final here in the under 18 men's category at the National Championship Festival. So we're going to let them celebrate. We're going to knock the feed down for just a moment and then refresh your browser if you're watching at home with the new feed that we're putting in there. And we'll be back to see the medal presentation in the next game between Ontario and BC, the Women's Cup Final, in just a few minutes. Back with more from Vancouver.